Welcome back guys to another episode of F1 2023. This is week 15 in Monza, Italy. So let's see how we get on with this race, and let's see if we can pick up where we left off about 4 or 5 weeks ago, back on the podium, and let's try and not get any DNFs this time around. As you would have seen from the last couple of episodes, unfortunately we've gone a bit backwards, so I'm just going to check to see if there's any more upgrades due currently. I don't believe we have got anything right now. Yeah, I think we've still got 21 days in development on quite a few parts, so we're not going to be able to upgrade anything currently.
Thanks for stepping in and helping handle that.
But yeah, the last couple of races unfortunately haven't gone in our favour at all. We've had 2 wipeouts, 2 DNFs. So we are going to see if we can get back on track here in Monza. We are going to keep it shorter this week. We are just going to go back to the 5 laps for race day, and we're going to go straight into the one-shot qualifying as well. But yeah, we're going to hope for a better weekend. We are still in the rivalry with Sainz as well. So let's see how we get on this weekend. Alright, we'll go straight into qualifying here. So then after this race we should have some upgrades that have been prepared and are ready for the vehicle as well. So hopefully this will help us. But yeah, the last couple of upgrades hasn't been the best, because we have had some significant damage to the car, as well as just losing overall pace. And this is the one-shot qualifying, so as always we're just going to do the 1 lap, 1 time, and hope for the best. Very tricky first corner there, as always. We'll see how we get on. Our time in the top right as usual, and on the left hand side you can currently see where we are in the race or in qualifying. So we are currently P1, so we're going to see if we are able to maintain that as we go around the track here. There's quite a few sharp turns around Monza. Not the quickest of tracks, but there is still the opportunity to overtake if we need to during the race. Pick up some speed through here. Russell behind, I believe it's now Hamilton, so that is the AI, so they must be at least in second. Could have taken that a bit better there, but that's fine. We're coming up to the finish line here. And that is P1. Secured. Perfect.
We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
Perfect. Just the start that we needed as well to get back on track.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be...
A second quicker as well, which is perfect. So, as you can see there, we get 2 points compared to Sainz's 1. We are just leading only just by 2 points. The last couple of races hasn't worked in our favour at all. Sainz won the last race, I believe, and got the fastest time. But yeah, hopefully we can get some extra points on the board this weekend in Monza, and at least win this rivalry. Right, we are going to reduce the race length. Okay, looks like I can't. Maybe because we've already started qualifying, so we will, in this case, do the full 13 laps of this race. And see how we get on. I will remember that for next time to change the laps back. But do let me know in the comments if you would prefer to see some practice laps in, then the qualifying, then the full race, or if you'd much rather watch just the qualifying and then a longer race. I've had a few mixed comments of some people would obviously like to see a few practice laps in and then a shorter race, whereas others would like just straight into qualifying and then longer races. So yeah, make sure you let me know in the comments what you would like to see, and then we can change it up as the back end of this season progresses. Week 15 of 23 here. We are at some stage probably going to need the pits as well if we are doing 13 laps. So if we can get a good 20 plus seconds gap between us and second, that should help us at least maintain P1. So we are clear through this first corner here, so hopefully we can pick up the pace now. And already we are 2 seconds ahead, but we've gone very wide there. Gone wide there again. The car feels very, very different again this week. I'm not sure if it's the lack of parts that we're missing, or just some of the overall setup of the car, but we may need to look at that after this race. So far so good. We've maintained that 2 second gap between us and second and third. So keep on pushing as we come to the end of the first lap here. Very wide there nearly again. Okay, fastest lap there, 1:30, which is great. We was doing a 1:32 in qualifying. Second lap, as we go round, we're going to try and see if we can get another quicker lap, just to secure that extra point for the weekend. And we will need to make sure that we maintain at least a second's gap between the car behind, because DRS will be enabled at the start of the next lap as well. So we need to make sure that we do not give the other teams the opportunity to overtake us. I'm very wide on that corner again. But the gap is now nearly 4 seconds to Russell and Hamilton behind, which is perfect. Sainz, our main rival, is 5th. A good 7 seconds behind, so we're just going to keep pushing the car here. Try and get this margin even further. As I said, there will probably be a pit stop at some stage, so we are going to try and go for at least a 20-second gap here.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Which is fine, because we've done a 1:26, so that's at least another 4 seconds there off of our first lap. Very wide again there. Around that first corner. The car feels like there's not enough steering, so I'm not sure if we may need to look at that at the end of this race, see if there are any potential upgrades that we can do, because it feels very, very slow in turning. Wide again there, coming off the track. It's not going to be ideal for our tyres here. Same corner again. As we are coming to the end of lap 3 here. .126 so far is our best time around here, so we are going to just again try and improve that and go quicker if we can. See if we can secure the that fastest lap.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs.
Okay, that's fine, but it does look like we are going to potentially lose some positions here. So we need to just keep on pushing and see where we come out in the pits. We may have some work to do here to gain our positions back. But if we go into the pits first, hopefully as the other cars pit around us, gives us the opportunity to regain that back. But so far the race hasn't been too bad, apart from obviously going off track a few times. The car feels slightly different, but so far we haven't had any incidents that has jeopardized us too much.
And the gap behind
First
us is
opportunity, we are
4.7
probably going
seconds.
to just pit as well. We're just going to probably get that out of the way so it's done. Nearly 5 seconds to the gap between P1 and P2 here, so it is slightly working in our favour, but we've just got to keep on pushing here if we can. Another fastest lap there, as you can see on screen.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 10.6 seconds.
Very wide again on that first corner. Going into the gravel is not going to help us or the tyres at all. We've already lost a second there between us and Russell. See if we can get that back above 5 seconds by the time this lap ends. Okay, so we've just gone above the 5 second gap there again, which is great. So we are going to pit when we get the chance. The window should be opening, I believe, probably in the next lap or two.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
Perfect, that's fine, that's what we needed. So we are probably going to pit at the same time as a lot of the cars behind us. If not, they will pit probably the lap after, so it should give us enough time to warm up the tyres and try and regain our P1 here. We haven't been able to set another quickest time yet, but we are still the ones with the fastest lap, so we don't need to push too hard. Just make sure we get back to the pits here for this pit stop. 5 seconds Russell and Hamilton behind. I'm not sure if they will end up pitting or if they're going to just carry on pushing through, but again we should
We're leading the car
hopefully
behind by 5.3 seconds.
be able to make up some time when we do come out the pits, hopefully if we don't get caught behind quite a few cars. And then hopefully with some fresher tyres we can go and set another quickest lap. So let's see how we get on here. Hamilton into the pits, Russell's gone through, Verstappen's in the pits as well, Sainz as well. So a lot of our rivals are coming in the pits at the same time here. We have got out ahead of everyone else, which is great. Where are we dropping now? Let's see, P7, P8,
Pit
P9.
strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Okay, so we are currently P9, but it looks like we are going to get overtaken, possibly. And all these cars ahead of us probably need to pit as well, which is going to work in our favour. But let's see if we can overtake some of these cars, so that makes it easier for us when Russell and co do pit as well. That's one position made already, which is great. We should overtake these two fairly easy. That's perfect. That's 3 positions gained there from the pits, which is great on the softer compound as well. We've got Leclerc and Stroll ahead of us now, which should be able to close the gap fairly quickly to these two as well. And I believe this is actually 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd here. Right, they're all going into the pits, which is fine, that's perfect.
Lando's in the pits. Lando in the
Russell's
pits.
in the pits as well, which is fine. So we have regained P1, just as we expected. So now, hopefully, it should just be a smooth ride as I go into the gravel to the end here. So we're on lap 8 of 13. Verstappen, Russell must have had a horrendous pit stop there, because quite a few cars have come through. So you might have a lot of work to do to regain that P2 there. Sainz, our rival, is down into 4th, so we just got to be wary of him and make sure that he's not coming through behind us, just in case, because we want to make sure we get as many points as we can this weekend. I mean, we've made quite a few mistakes, so again, just need to get used to driving the car again. So we may revert back to some practice laps in the next episode, just to get used to the circuit instead of going straight into qualifying. But yeah, I feel like the longer races are definitely helping, because it's not over in a flash. You're getting more laps on the circuit, so I suppose it works both ways, I guess. More practice, less racing, or no practice and more racing. Carlos Sainz set a quickest lap there, so we need to try and beat that time, or he will get that extra point. So we're going to push the car here for the next couple of laps. Our tyres should be warm enough now. Just going to concentrate, try and keep the errors to a bare minimum here. Okay, he is 7.5 seconds behind though, so the gap is fine.
5 laps of fuel left.
We should have enough in the tank to maintain this position. We just need to push for the quickest lap here. .126 is our quickest time, but I believe that is also a rough time that Sainz has set, so I'm just going to push it hard now these next couple of laps. Perfect, 125. There we go, there's our answer to Sainz's fastest lap. We've just set a 125.1. It will be very hard to beat. And just as I say that again, I've jinxed myself. George Russell there with a 124. Which is fine, I guess. If it's anyone other than Sainz that sets that quickest lap, can't complain too much. At the end of the day, we're not in a rivalry with anyone else other than Sainz, so it is just making sure that he doesn't get those extra points on race day and through qualifying. But it's always nice to have the quickest lap, just get that extra point for the Drivers' Championship as well. We are still aiming for a top 10 finish here in the Drivers' Championship as well, and top 5 in the Constructors' Championship. So we are currently P7 for Driver and P4 for Constructors' Championship. So we are hitting our targets there. We're just going to try and maintain that as best as we can throughout the second half of this season.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
1:24.5, perfect. So another fastest lap there from us.
Caution, caution. Okay,
I'm
clear.
not sure where that caution was. Couldn't see any cars on the side there. So we have got 2 and a bit laps to go here on this race in Monza. It's been a fairly easy race, barring the little mishap at the beginning there on corner 1. And a few wide corners here and there around these laps, but it hasn't cost us too much time or damage. Going to see if we can set one more quickest time before the end of this race. (1:25.5) on that lap, so we've got 2 more to go.
Behind is 23.8 seconds.
Plenty of time if we needed to pit
I've got
again.
some information on Hamilton for you. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
George Russell setting another quickest lap time there in the Mercedes.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
That's fine because we should be done in 2 laps. Or 1.5 roughly. The gap Verstappen is closing now is 3 seconds, so we need to just be careful on this final lap here and not do anything silly. Try and push the car and get that gap back up if we can.
Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
Final lap here, let's try and have a perfect lap if we can. See if we can push for that fastest time one more time. Half a lap down, pretty much halfway there. This is the final lap as well. So it looks like we are going to have another win under our belts, which is a great way to bounce back after the last 2 weeks. We are coming up to the finish here, a few more corners. Perfect. Another perfect race there.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win,
I'm
my
not
friend.
too sure
Well
if we
done.
did get the quickest lap there. I think it was a low 124 again on that final lap. We will just double check when the standings are shown.
Brilliant stuff from McLaren today. What a superb victory. As the
So we'll
winners
go
make
straight
their
to the
way
podium,
up to the
as
podium,
always.
one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving that they're
Hamilton
a force to
and
be reckoned
Verstappen
with
making the
out
rest
on
of the podium
track.
there. Don't break those trophies, boys. Alright, let's go to the standings and see if we did secure that extra point.
And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings.
We did indeed.
Lewis Hamilton
Perfect.
takes the lead of the drivers' championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today.
Carlos
But
Sainz down in
Anthony,
fourth,
who would you
which is
pick as your
fine.
driver of
That's perfect. We managed to squeeze the fastest lap in on the final lap there, which is perfect. So we're getting a full clean sweep across the whole weekend. As you can see there's just one race left as well in the rivalry. We are up by 6 points, so hopefully that is secured in the bag. But you never know with that one race left. If he has a great weekend, he could get all 6 points. So that will be on the next episode, the end of that rivalry. Right, let's go and check the standings. So we've moved up into P6, 3 points ahead of Perez now. Still quite a few behind Verstappen and Sainz. And in the constructors, as you can see, we are fourth. We're currently on 231. Red Bull have 344, so we have got quite a way to go before we take third off of them. But top 5 was our target. Aston Martin are on 104, so we have got a gap between them as well, which is great. Rivalries is there, as you can see, 27 to 21 currently. We did lose the first one against Yuki Tsunoda. Our trophies, as you can see, we had a great Austria, Silverstone, Hungary, and then unfortunately we had the DNF in Belgium where we got wiped out by Tsunoda, and then the Netherlands we got disqualified for failing to use the pits. So if you haven't watched those episodes and you'd like to go back and watch them, make sure you do. They are all in the F1 2023 playlist. And we have Monza added to the trophies, which is perfect. Right, let's go and see if anything is available. Right, we have 2 days left for this. What do they suggest? Roll dampers. Okay, at this point I am just going to go with what they suggest. Right, and what we will do is we will advance a couple of days just so that we get those new parts in and upgrades for the race in Singapore.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Perfect, which is fine. So we've unlocked the side pod profile is done, and then we've now unlocked the front wing and the diffuser, which is perfect. Can we get anything else in? So they recommend this, and it will be done just after the Japanese Grand Prix. So that's fine, we're not going to rush that. Anything else we need to check? Let's just double check everything. Right, we have put in new engines and car pieces, which is fine. So we are all good on that front. We've got nothing pending here. That'll be that for this episode, guys. Many thanks as always for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. There is roughly about 73% of you that do watch these videos that aren't subscribed, so make sure that you do hit that subscribe and like button. Also feel free to leave a comment. Let me know obviously if you'd like to see the longer races with no practice, or a bit of practice and then obviously shorter races. And yeah, I will catch you all on the next one in Singapore.